Hi friends! It is a beautiful autumn day here at the Little Red Cottages on the edge of nowhere, and the perfect time to show you around. So let's go check it out. I purchased this little sanctuary of red cottages here in the forest several years ago. I had just sold my tiny house on wheels when I came across this place also on the tiny house listing website. The ad listed 3 tiny homes or cottages. The next day, I drove 2 hours to check it out. I remember stepping out of the car that spring day into a mass of forget-me-nots. The lawn was covered in a carpet of periwinkle amid plenty of other perennial gardens. I could totally see myself here. Immediately, I fell in love. The property consists of 3 cottages and a shed. Nothing is staged, and everything is always a work in progress. This lot is under an acre, but it's surrounded by forest. I have neighbors on both sides that are big property owners. Their homes are still pretty far enough away that I can't see them, so aside from the road in front, I have a lot of privacy. I didn't know what to do with the place that first year, so I didn't really do anything except move in with the dogs and just be. Fresh from several years of life's challenges, it was a welcome respite. I had always dreamed of owning a little cottage by a lake, living a simple life. I even stayed in a little red cottage several summers in a row some years ago. That's probably when I began to manifest this life, now here. It is amazing to me how powerful we truly are and the ways in which things do manifest. They say, what you focus on expands. Let's start right here. This building is a 2-story, 12 by 12. It has electricity and propane for heat. There's no plumbing in this cottage, but for my purposes, that's okay. A future project would include a rain catchment for water. I call this cottage the Nest. There's a guest room on the 2nd floor, and it really feels like being in a treehouse when you're up there. Unfortunately, I had to take this big hemlock tree down this summer. I was really sad to see it go, but I do plan to use as much of it as I possibly can. I saved the sawdust for composting and garden projects, and these tree rounds will make beautiful pathways next summer. Each of these cottages has a unique charm. I affectionately call this one the Garattage because it was at one time a 1-car garage. It measures 16 by 20 feet, has electricity, and a propane furnace. There is no water in this cottage either. Because much of the property is on bedrock, digging water lines is not an option. The back side is not so pretty, but eventually this will get an addition or a screen porch. After my first long and cold winter alone here in the woods, reality set in. So when March came around, I took a month-long trip to Belize to thaw out. I returned from that vacation just long enough to pack my things. I found a wonderful tenant for this property and headed back to Central America for the next several years. But those are stories for another time. My Caribbean adventure ended with the uncertainty of the times. As travel restrictions and lockdowns began in the spring of 2020, I headed back to the United States to be closer to my loved ones, hunker down, and be safe in this little sanctuary here in the middle of nowhere. Finally, this is where all the plumbing is, so, of course, it is the kitchen and bathroom. But first, my favorite space has to be this 8 by 20 foot screen porch. When the weather cooperates, I spend most of my time here. I have a small wood stove in the kitchen, which helps to extend the porch season. These photos are from my very first visit. The kitchen has all the basic appliances and a very small wet bath. There is a comfort in living close to the earth and in tune with nature. Nature moves at its own pace. I used to think I had to get it all done. Life is slowed, and I take my time with things. I've come to learn the value is in the process as much as it is in the end product. I plan to take my time with things around here and enjoy that process. The Little Red Cottages is my living art project. As winter now approaches, I feel more confident in my preparations. I feel more empowered to handle challenges. And I feel at peace with myself, living simply now here. I hope you enjoyed this little tiny house tour. Come back again and I'll show you inside each of the cottages and how I use them. Until next time, peace out.